The iPhone 17 Pro Max might include a camera upgrade that changes the game compared to the iPhone 17 Pro. The iPhone 17 event from Apple is coming up soon, but a fresh leak says that the Pro Max model might be better than the smaller iPhone 17 Pro since it has a better camera. And if this is true, it could be why photographers, creators, and power users are upgrading to the biggest iPhone this year. The Pro Max difference could be back. Apple doesn't always provide its Pro iPhones different features to set them apart. Sometimes the only thing that makes a difference is size. The Pro Max does get something exceptional at other times. Remember the iPhone 15 Pro Max? It had a unique 5x telephoto zoom, whereas the iPhone 15 Pro could only do 3x last year. With the iPhone 16 series, Apple evened things up again. Both Pro models had the same setup. According to a leak on Weibo that Instant Digital found, it looks like Apple is getting ready to make the iPhone 17 Pro Max the best camera phone again. The leaker indicated that one of the devices debuting next month will include the strongest telephoto camera yet. While they didn't disclose specifics, the clear indication is that it's the iPhone 17 Pro Max, not the smaller iPhone 17 Pro. That indicates to the reintroduction of a Pro Max exclusive telephoto advantage, though it's unclear exactly what form it will take. Here's what the rumors line up with so far. 48 megapixels telephoto lens. Both Pro versions are likely to eventually upgrade from 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels, bringing all three rear cameras in line. The 8x optical zoom, Pro Max only. Some reports say Apple may be storing an even longer telephoto lens for the Pro Max, providing it a tremendous advantage for close-up images and long-distance photography. Improved sensor tech. Even if both versions offer 48 megapixels telephoto, Apple might still provide the Pro Max a larger sensor or unique stabilization mechanism. If history is any guide, Apple may utilize the Pro Max to test drive features that eventually trickle down to the smaller Pro. A powerful telephoto lens isn't simply about zoom. It influences how you take pictures, how well night shots turn out, and even how video stabilization works. For creators and everyone who loves iPhone photography, this might be a make or break improvement that sets the iPhone 17 Pro Max apart from every other model. And with the event only weeks away, we won't have to wait long to see if Apple truly does give the Max its crown back. Next, with the upcoming release of the iPhone 17, Apple's chips have been fully exposed. All for I. It's almost time for the annual introduction of new iPhones again. Just yesterday, a suspected invitation to Apple's fall product launch event was leaked on the X platform, indicating that this year's fall product launch will be held at 10 a.m. local time on September 9th at the Steve Jobs Theater in Apple Park, the company's headquarters. The event topic, Future-bound, a freshly formed phrase, might presumably be interpreted as bound for the future or journey to the future. Although the information about the time, location, and theme is within the realm of normal expectations, considering that Apple usually sends out invitations in late August, and the account that leaked the invitation quickly deleted its profile on the X platform, the authenticity of this event information remains uncertain. In contrast, several codes in Apple's current beta system have practically divulged all the chip information of its next significant items. This can be regarded as one of the largest leaks in Apple's history, contradicting several previous reports and verifying some guesses. Take the upcoming iPhone 17 series as an example. Aaron Paris, a researcher at McRumors, has practically confirmed that the iPhone 17 Air and the succeeding iPhone 17 will be equipped with Apple's self-built Apple C1 baseband processor. Meanwhile, the primary chip of the next generation Vision Pro will be improved from the M2 to the M5. In addition, Apple has pushed chip cost sharing to the limit. Except for the iPhone 17 Pro, which will feature the A19 Pro, the next generation studio display, and iPad mini will also be equipped with the A19 Pro chip, developed for mobile phones. Considering that there will be an entry-level MacBook equipped with the A18 Pro this year, it's probable that the A19 Pro will also be brought into the MacBook product line next year. Although the release date of September 9th has not been confirmed, considering that Apple's fall product releases normally take place in the second or third week of September, there is less than a month remaining until the event. The information in the system code has almost erased all the uncertainty surrounding the chip layout of the iPhone 17 series. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will be the first to have the A19 Pro, maintaining the policy of leading with processors in the Pro series. The A19 Pro is projected to undergo a full-scale upgrade in the CPU, GPU, and neural engine, especially in AI inference capabilities, to support the higher local processing requirements of Apple Intelligence's new features. According to the code information following the iPhone 16e, the iPhone 17 Air, and the iPhone 17e, which will be released as a supplementary model in the spring of next year, will continue to be equipped with Apple's self-developed Apple C1 baseband, further reducing the dependence on Qualcomm's baseband. Conversely, other models in the iPhone 17 series may not move from Qualcomm's baseband to Apple's own baseband for the time being. However, the reason why Apple has not further increased the use of the C1 baseband may not be related to technical issues. According to the 3-year agreement inked between Apple and Qualcomm in 2023, we may not see all iPhone models employing Apple's self-built C-series baseband chips until 2027. Furthermore, the A-series chips originally built for iPhones are becoming increasingly essential in the Apple Silicon ecosystem. According to the code information, in addition to the A19 Pro in the iPhone 17 Pro, it has been verified that the new generation Studio Display and iPad mini, which will be delivered as early as next spring, will also employ this mobile. Apple used to prefer to create distinct versions of CPUs for large-sized devices, but now is plainly aiming to minimize costs by unifying the chip platform and making the product update rhythm more flexible. Considering that there is an entry-level MacBook equipped with the A18 Pro this year, it is probable that the A19 Pro will likewise be directly incorporated into the MacBook product line next year, further blurring the boundaries between the A series and M series. All for AI. 3 signals from Apple's chips. If you merely look at the list of new items in the code leak, you may think it is a high-information spoiler. But when you put these scattered models, processors, and release schedules together, you may actually detect certain hidden signals, which are also the changes that Apple Silicon is undergoing. Firstly, the boundary of the A series is being purposely blurred. In the past, the A series was confined to iPhones and some iPads, whereas the M series was a symbol of high-performance products such as Macs, iPad Pros, and Vision Pros. However, from the arrangements in the past 2 years, this boundary has been purposely broken. The A19 Pro will be used not only in the iPhone 17 Pro and iPad mini, but also directly in large screen devices like the Studio Display. This year's entry-level MacBook is expected to be equipped with the A18 Pro, and it may be upgraded to the A19 Pro next year. The reasoning behind this is, on the one hand, to minimize design and verification costs and enhance the scale of mass production by unifying the architecture. Secondly, using a single chip across several product categories allows Apple to more flexibly control the product update rhythm. For example, using the processors from new iPhones to swiftly upgrade a batch of non-flagship product lines can minimize latency and stabilize performance. In the long run, this integration may progressively abolish the concepts of mobile chips and desktop chips within the Apple ecosystem, leaving only Apple Silicon with varying sizes and power consumption levels. Secondly, Apple is getting rid of its dependence on Qualcomm and Broadcom to establish a closed-loop wireless technology system. The idea is that getting rid of the dependence on Qualcomm and Broadcom not only means supply chain independence, but also enables Apple with unique optimization space for multi-device collaboration. Thirdly, and most critically, the hardware threshold for Apple Intelligence is being decreased. Whether it's the A19 Pro in the new Studio Display or the A17 Pro in the Apple TV, the relevance goes beyond just performance enhancement. The A17 Pro has sufficient AI acceleration performance to directly run Apple's new generation local AI functions, which marks that Apple Intelligence is no longer a privilege of core computing devices such as iPhones, iPads, and MacBooks, but is starting to spread to more product categories and price segments. The most concrete proof is that the minimal need for hardware devices to support Apple Intelligence is to be equipped with the A17 Pro. This lowering of the requirement, on the one hand, can set the computing power baseline for operating Apple Intelligence through hardware upgrades in advance, ensuring that as many existing and new devices as feasible can be covered when additional capabilities are provided in the future. On the other hand, it extends the AI hub from a single device to the entire home or office space. It can be predicted that the iteration of Apple Intelligence will be accompanied by the deployment of chips with certain local AI capabilities on more non-core computing devices of Apple, enabling them not only to receive instructions, but also to perform local autonomous execution, analysis, and even decision-making to a certain extent. In conclusion, from the iPhone 17 to the Vision Pro, and then to the Apple TV and HomePod Small, the content obtained from the system code has almost mapped out Apple's semiconductor landscape for the next 1 or 2 years. Although it looks to be only chip information for a few new devices, it truly reflects Apple's strategy in product line integration, self-built underlying technologies, and AI popularization. It is certain that future Apple Silicon will no longer be merely a performance label for a single product, but may become the invisible operating system of the entire ecosystem, supporting the constant evolution of hardware shapes, interface methods, and usage scenarios. As for how much this evolution will impact users' daily experiences, Apple will need to supply the answer. So, that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.